Hello, it's nice having you on this platform. It is Conversations on NTA. My name is Elizabeth Abai, and I always like to start on a very cheerful note, even though a lot of people are not smiling. I'll still tell you there is reason to smile, because that you are alive and listening to us today simply means that you have tomorrow, you have hope. And that hope can actually come to reality if you do the right things. It's COVID period. They call it COVID-19, it's Corona. But I'll tell you something, it's one moment that you should live up to. You know, feel good with yourself, because there is something that will come out of this environment at the end of the day. Now, a lot of people have said a lot of things. There is crime rates going up, hunger coming up, and all that. We intend to discuss all of that, plus ways of ameliorating these things. But when I say we have people in the studio, not just me. Conversations means talking, and talking real deep. My women are absent at the moment. They're taking care of their family. But I have gentlemen, two of them, well vested in what they do, and I'm going to let you introduce yourselves.
My name is Francis Daniel Ukumagwa, a mentor and wealth coach.
Wow, my name is Chukuma Ohaka. I'm a business coach.
All right, you heard it all. Today is what I would rather describe as bumper harvest. We are going to be unfolding things you can actually do at home and make little money while waiting for this period to, come to pass. But before we get all that done, don't forget COVID-19, coronavirus is real. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Coronavirus, where the nickname na COVID-19, it not be big man who sickness, so if it catch anybody, according to World Health Organization, WHO, where then they call WHO, make I show you how the disease they take spread.
Oga travel go abroad, come back with symptoms of COVID-19 infection. As he land for airport, driver go carry and come house. His wife and pikin welcome am. Cook arrange food for Oga. Houseboy and housegirl pack Oga load enter house. Now so Oga begin spread this infection to him people. Driver go mechanic workshop, go spread them. Cook go open market to go buy one or two things. She go spread them too. Even house cleaner go back her house, go spread the same infection. Now so this coronavirus begin take style dey spread from family to we country people.
So therefore, make we join hands obey all the instructions wey government and our medical people don give us. So wash your hands with water and soap regularly, or use hand sanitizer. No go join body for where people gather plenty. Maintain social distancing. Above all, stay una house as government don advise. Stop unnecessary waka about, so make we not spread this virus.
Coronavirus, no be only big man like me they catch you. If it catch anybody, even poor man yourself fit to get am. So make we join hands together, take stop with this deadly disease where they kill our people and they never get the cure.
Together, we go overcome if we do all the things wey dem tell us to do.
The show is Conversations, and we are talking real loud. What can we do to make money, about this time? A lot of people are complaining. But then, have you noticed that within this period, there is a height, in criminal activities, petty thieving? Have you noticed it?
Yes, that's true. If you look at what is happening in the environment now, there are people who actually earn money on a daily basis. They go out and actually hustle and actually make money that they used to fend for themselves. We have been at home in the past 3 weeks now, and they've not been able to earn any money. So they are getting to the time where you actually have them struggling to see how they can fend for themselves. And the only alternative is to go to the street to beg or to do one thing that can make them make money to survive.
It's really awful. When you say beg, my mind came to something. Have you noticed that about now, phone calls, a lot of people are dodging phone calls, because almost all the phone calls you get is, please, you cannot be there and I'll be there, and blah, 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 blah. I've sent you my account number. Anything, nothing is too small, please, for a brother or for a sister.
It's no longer phone calls. Liability calls.
Liability calls.
Yes, because it's now liability calls. People call to ask for food. People call to ask for help. And people call to blackmail you. They will say, I beg, not when I die now, you come and contribute money and kill me and bury me. This is the time to bring out the money. And you don't blame a lot of people. Like I did mention to some people that this is the best time. No matter how little you have, you can share. Because nobody prepared that it's going to be like this. Nobody planned that between March and April, I'm going to be off. You know, we don't have that savings culture in Nigeria. And because we are more like people who fend for ourselves today and eat it the next day, a lot of polls are going down and people are really, really turning red. And like Francis said, if people either beg or they find another means of making it happen, because people wouldn't watch their children die out of hunger, whereas there are others that are lavishing it. But we wouldn't want to say we try to ask people to go doing crime, but if you have any way to help, help. That's the most important thing now. If you have any way to help, help.
Yeah. There's also the issue of people who even have money in their bank accounts who are not used to electronic banking.
Exactly.
They don't want to have to do with this card because they are scared that there are a lot of scams all over the place that people can use to empty their accounts. So they ordinarily don't have money in those mediums and they can't use their bank. So a lot of them are stuck at home. They can't access their bank. They cannot withdraw money. So that is also a challenge for even the rich and those who have actually saved money in the past.
You know, but when we were given the ultimatum to go on lockdown, we were given ample time, you know, up until a certain time, midnight, 11:30 or so,
11:59.
Yes. So we were supposed to have been able to gather all we needed to have gathered within that period.
Nigerians did not expect that we're going to stay this long at home. So those who actually withdrew money and all that, withdrew money that they could use. And in any case, it's what you have in your account that you can withdraw. For those who are salary earners, they will have earned the salary that they are supposed to earn for the previous month. And if they have withdrawn that money to stock the house and all that, and they are staying for over 3 weeks already, which is almost another time to receive salary, they are still stocked at home.
Depreciation.
Yes. You know, when you talk about salary people, it got me thinking. I was actually sharing this idea with some colleagues. Granted, some people are daily earners. And when you take away that job from them, the income is almost not there. Now, for the salary earners, they are paid monthly. So they were paid probably for the month of, let's take for the month of March.
Yeah.
And within that same period, they were able to stock. Now, a salary earner who is not going to work, you had your full salary, so you're not really expending money for transportation. You're actually at home and you're using that money. I'm not saying that it's going to be too enough for you, but there is a certain cost that has been cut for you. Why then do we still find some civil servants? I don't want to say, you know, people who are daily paid, civil servants who are still out there begging for money. I think it's more like, okay, this is an opportunity, I should use it to beg. Does it really add up?
I don't think so. If you look at what is happening, every Nigerian has some level of responsibility, extended family relationships and all that, who actually have daily income that they earn to survive. So when this thing happens and you are a civil servant and receive a salary, you must take care of people that you have from your village, people that call you and ask you for needy people. You take care of them. So if you take that aspect of money from your allowance, it gives you a short income that you can actually expend for yourself.
Okay, so probably you were going to say
Yes,
something.
aside the fact that you think that we are saving now, civil servants that they are saving now, I quite disagree a little because one, a lot of cost has increased, and most of those costs were costs that were shaved aside while we are going to work. One of such costs is the cost of electricity. Now, the number of time and hours you spend at home now has drastically increased.
You're actually right, because I found out that I'm buying double.
Yeah.
Now, it has increased. The amount of mouths you're feeding now are more. Mind you, all our kids are back home. Now, these are people you would have sorted out earlier, and they would have been fending for themselves. Now, if you used to manage 10,000 naira before, you're no longer going to be managing that 10,000 naira, because the more you are at home, the more you have food you want to eat more. The more you want to eat more, the more you look around to scout what you could put in your mouth.
Yeah.
Now, before now, people would have gone to their various offices. You get caught up with work and you forget that you may have not have had anything. You could eat once or twice. But now you see, staying at home has compelled you to having to eat 2-3 times, and looking for things to snack on.
And especially now, they say we should eat more in
Good.
nutritional food.
Good. To boost our immune system. And you mind you also, you say a lot of people stocked their homes. Now you stocked your home and the power system is not helping. Now you wouldn't want what you managed to buy to come to your house to be destroyed because you did not want to buy fuel for your generator. So you have to do that, or you have to recharge your LEPA light so that you can have light to store what you. So more monies are being spent now than before. Some colleagues, some civil servants depended on some of their friends, maybe communal efforts. You come today, you buy me lunch today, tomorrow I'm buying you lunch. But now it's made for you to spend on daily basis. So it's not easy anyway. And the initial lockdown was 14 days. Everybody thought it was 14 days. Now another 14 days is almost going to go through now. You see that people are now saying, what do we do? Depreciation is setting in every day. The savings you would have had, you've gone there to bring out money. You are buying things to, also people bought things that were not part of what we used to buy at home. A lot of people rushed out to buy the sanitizers, the
very exorbitant price.
All those things that they wanted to use to show their homes, vitamin C, the likes, and you bought these things out of things you didn't budget for. So monies have been affected, and it's not going to be easy trying to get back to that. So if you find people begging, a friend of mine made a call, and he's a very big person in my thinking, and he stylishly said something on my post, and I told him, this is what I have done. He said, oh really, why didn't you get to me? I said, no, you're a big man. He said, no, you're not rich like that. And I told him, if you're serious with what you're saying, send account. And he did send, but not because he doesn't have money. What Francis said is a fact. There are people that don't do online banking.
Yeah.
And they have money, and the banks are not releasing money. The banks are, they're just doing to few people.
Clearing is not even happening.
Clearing is not happening.
So you can't take money from one bank to another bank.
And a lot have checks in their homes now, piled up in their homes.
So people wrote them checks to go and do business. Anyway, the idea for the discussion today is not just to expose this aspect of living that has actually come to stay with us for a while now. We intend to, we believe that it will go away. The basic thing is to find out what we can do to ameliorate this problem as we sit at home. I keep thinking, what can I do to make money? And then 2 young ladies I know at the moment, they're supposed to be studying medicine and law. They've left the department. They've turned to bloggers. They are creating content, and they are, adding it up on a certain network. And I also heard some companies, while some companies are going down, some are actually going up, like Netflix. It has so much now, up to I think about 16 billion or something dollars. We're talking in dollars as at the moment, because it's creating content and people are buying into it. But I know both of you are in this game together. Maybe you could get to share your ideas. People are watching.
Money continues to remain in the streets of Nigeria.
No, the people are not moving. The people are not moving.
I'm telling you now, you could pick it. There's no time that you don't make money. Even during the war, you make money. All you need to do is just change your orientation and look at your environment and look at the demands of your environment and reorganize yourself to ensure that you are taking advantage of that circumstances. So if you see during the war, you will not see somebody selling clothes and selling certain things that are not things that people require. But if you look at your immediate environment, with this circumstance that we find ourselves today, there is so much you can do to make money.
Please tell us.
For example, your neighborhood. People have needs in your neighborhood that you can actually make it easier for them to get. There are people today who are looking for health supplements that can improve their immunity and all that. And we have a lot of herbs that can make it happen. People can come out and get those herbs and put them together and start creating a way people can start getting it. But the internet, which is the business language of today's world, is a marketplace open to everybody.
I recall you earlier, you said it's a new oil.
It's
a new oil.
It's a new crude.
For example, oil price has come down to 0. And the new oil that we have in Nigeria today is data. And data is using the internet to actually assess what you need to do. Let me tell you one thing that is very available in Nigeria. There are a lot of people with skills in Nigeria. There are a lot of people who have ideas and products and services, but they don't understand the power of the internet. If you rent a shop, you actually pay for the rent, stock the shop, get some money things, employ someone to work in that shop. But today you can open 5 shops on the internet. Just get somebody that has something to sell. You don't have to have the money. Take the picture of what the person is selling. The person does not know how to use the internet. Put it in social media instead of doing selfie. To do selfie and show people your pictures and all that. Begin to advertise those pictures of those things that you want to sell. Negotiate with the person that has the product and put it in your social media and advertise that you are the one selling those things. You will sell more than the person that actually opened that shop, and you don't have money. You don't need to have money to do that. There are people who have skills who don't know where to use those skills. For instance, they stay in a particular neighborhood, they don't know the people in that neighborhood and all that. You can actually use the internet and segment the people in that area and hold that person that has that skill. That I'm going to be referring people to you to actually use you, like a barber, for instance. You get an estate and you get a barber who has a shop, but he's not able to go to the shop now. But you link him up to an estate where we just go to the estate and make people in the estate know that I can come to your estate to do the barbing of the children and the people that you have in that estate. Dressing salon and that, they can also do that. The important thing is connecting people. So as you can use the internet today as a marketing tool to use people who have talent, to use people who have products. Because in Nigeria today, those who have product, they don't know how to sell. Some of them don't know the internet. Some of them don't have the ability to use the internet. Those who are very smart who can use the internet, they don't have the money to get the products together. So just connecting them together, you'll be making money. You can actually sit in your home today and tax somebody that has a product to sell that is very viable, that people are looking for. When I say looking for, food items, fruits, medicals. When I say medicals, it can be medical, it can be supplement, of the chef medicine.
Now you're talking, you know, it got me thinking, because there's a lady I was talking with just 2 days ago. She said, I actually called to find out how she's been coping. And I said, this period, you're not talking to anybody. She's in Lagos. She said she's been very busy. I said, are you not on lockdown? She said, busy in the house. So I tried to find out what she was doing. I found out that she has been making soup and stew. A lot of young people who thought maybe the lockdown would not be that serious, so they could still go and eat, they found out that they couldn't go anywhere to eat. And of course, everybody is scared. So the way she was able to reach out, just like you said, through internet, some people who already knows, who know that she's into those kind of game or business, you know, she had more clients. She says she cooks as much as 10 pots a day. And she's in collaboration with delivery people.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that what we're going to look at now is these opportunities that the lockdown has helped us to achieve is this. One of the things that had not been very effective in Nigeria, you see it work now, collaboration. Francis mentioned something. People will always go back telling you, I don't have a job, whereas there are lots of people looking for a salesman. I always say that people always want someone to give them money for doing nothing. Anyone who is actually in need of a job will be willing to do the job for commission. Because if you're going to be productive, you know you're going to make a living. Not waiting for someone to pay you money after 30 days without you contributing to that. There are lots of SMEs coming up, people with lots of ideas going on that could be a source of revenue at this period. This morning we were talking in my house and my mother-in-law is around and everybody's talking. Everyone is tired of eating the home food. Now, within the place we live, it's possible that if someone had come up with a shawarma joint
in your neighborhood, you will sell.
And how much does it take to get a shawarma? Get it started. He mentioned about a barber. Most people are carrying their hair now because they don't even want to go out. Now, if I have if I come to the platform and say, my barber, I know my barber, he's good, I've tested him, he's okay, he can do your haircut. A lot of people will come, bring their children, because even my son couldn't go out. For this one, I told him I'm going to use him to learn how to cut hair. Now, even mechanics, generators are not serviced and they have been in use.
Correct.
Now, people are not reaching out to people to tell them, I can do this. The only thing what has happened is that a lot of people got panicked into this and they went inside without rebooting their ideas. Now, food is a necessity. I know of a woman, all she does this period is goes to the market, gets beans, selects it, packs them in packs and puts them on her WhatsApp status, and people are ordering. She's not going to your home. She gives to delivery man. The delivery man goes to deliver to you, and you take at your gate. And you can even receive the beans from the gate. You sanitize the waterproof or keep it in the sun. Because people are eating, but people are not going out to. Now, focus your idea on what is required now. What are people taking now? What are the things serving people now? What is the focus of the environment? Nobody's thinking of how will I say? Nobody's thinking of buying new clothes now because nobody's going for a wedding. But people are thinking of how their children could get connected to their home school, how their children could get connected to what other people are doing. Even in my estate, we have a resident who had volunteered to be our aerobic teacher. Every Saturday, he comes up as the aerobic teacher. Now, most people have been indoors and would want to exercise themselves. You could come out, if you're an aerobic person, if you are a coach, you could come out to tell people, okay, come out at so and so time. For every 1 hour, we're going to do whatever it's important. You can put a bucket there, teach people and tell them whatever is in your mind, you can contribute. You see that at the end of every exercise, you might go home with 10K.
Let me simplify some things so we can get more people, because we have a lot of people out there today who are hungry, who are looking for what they can do to survive. The internet is so full. Today, if you know how to cook very well, get your daughter to film you doing that banga soup from beginning to end. When you finish filming it, just get someone that knows how to the internet to download it in YouTube and create a message on it. See how you can cook banga soup and put it there.
Subscribe.
When you do it, so many people want to know how to cook banga soup in the way you present. You must present it very well. Make sure the dish you used to do it is very, and when you finish, present it very well. People will start clicking on it, and as they are clicking on it, you are making money. If you know how to tie hair very well, let somebody take your picture doing it. What I'm trying to say here is that any skill that you have, if you are a herbalist and there's a mixture that you can do, like get watermelon and lemon together and mix it, and it will increase your vigor as a man, for those who are 30, 50 years and above, put it on the social media. Today is a day where the situation that we find ourselves today is a situation that we can actually use to create a lot of information. You can sell information, and you don't have to have that skill to sell the information. Go around and fish on people who have talent in the social media. Go to the social media, you see a lot of free ways you can use to create wealth. And just tag it and make sure you are getting people to look at it, and as they are looking at it, you are making money. You can also advertise information, news. Today, if there's a trending news, like when the burial was going on and all that, you take the picture, not fake news. I'm not talking about concocting fake news, because somebody came up with a burial picture and video that was not. Take the video when they are burying Abakari, for instance, and put it on the social media. People are eager. Today, everybody's on their phone. And as people are clicking on that to see that news, you are making money. So the internet is full. I said earlier on that the internet today is our new oil.
Yes.
And the reason why people have to go out now to look for how they can use it, although inside the internet too, we have a lot of people that are very creative in the wrong way. But do the creativity in the right way, you can never go wrong. A skill, a product, a services you can sell today that you don't have. All you need to do is carry your phone. You don't even need to have a laptop to start doing business with the internet today. Use your phone to take picture of product to sell. Use your phone to take a picture of how somebody can learn how to do something and put it there in the internet for free. As people are going to look at it, because Nigeria and the world is so open today to the internet, you can reach over 1 million people, and as they are pressing, you are making money. Let me come down to neighborhood opportunities. There are a lot of neighborhood opportunities that we have today. I saw a gentleman today who came to my house and said, look, I have this mixture that my great-grandfather passed on to us, that if you take this bottle of this Degoyaro and drink, increase your immune system. I said, don't tell me. Go and tell the people that are in the COVID centers, that are having this COVID centers, and that you have this solution. If you don't want them to, they don't want to reach you, go to the social media. Show the way the mixture is in the social media and post it. You will start making money. In our neighborhood, like estate, for instance, there's a young man that I have. He doesn't sell anything, but he goes to tell people who have things to sell. They are giving your things. I will take it to 3-4 estates, and I will finish selling all, and I will make money. As I speak to you today, there is somebody that brings fruits to my estate. It brings fruits, it brings vegetable, it brings all sort of things, and it just brings them in a van. And everything is sold. And by the time that gentleman goes to 3 or 4 estates, he has established a business for himself already.
You're even going too far. You know, these people that, you know, take out refuse bin, not lawman, not the big ones. You know, these are the small boys that, you know, come in estate by estate. I noticed this guy collects paid, you know, dustbin, 300 naira. That's the big one. So within my estate, there are 12 apartments. So he collects 3,600. Behind us is another 12, another 3,600. And he goes, my place, he comes twice a week.
Every neighborhood is a market.
Yes. So right now, as people are home, the regularity is even on the increase.
Yes.
So he makes more money. I sat down, I was calculating. I said, this guy makes more money than I do.
Yes.
And the funniest part is he takes a while trying to get that job done, you know, when he gets to your post. So I tried to watch him, you know, from the window. I found out that he takes his time to sort out the organic ones from the inorganic ones. And then the other inorganic ones, he still further on goes to take the cans, the bottles. So I went out and asked him, Malam, what are you doing? You know, what's this for? He said he sells these ones. The bottle ones, I think 10 naira. The tin ones, 5 naira. So for every one he packs, he makes his 300 plus additional money he's making from your own garbage.
Correct.
You know, that's what I call, you know, business sense.
Thinking outside the box.
Let me tell you one other thing. As a mentor, I actually assess a lot of people because I tell them, call me if you have any idea and you don't have what you are doing. Call me, I will give you an idea that you can use to start a business today without 1 naira in your pocket. There's a gentleman today that I've told. In fact, I tell a lot of them, if you don't have what to do, just look for something that somebody is packaging. For instance, do you know you can package gari, granite, and sugar today? It becomes high commodity for your neighborhood.
And it's very easy for
And
workers.
once you are able to package it well, in all these local areas that we have, now just go and place it. People will be rushing and you'll be surprised the number you will sell.
Oh, no, it sells.
So let me explain something.
Yeah.
Sorry. This, you know, sesame seed. This sesame seed.
Yes,
You know, it's sold like it's made like cake and it's sold.
yes.
Now, I saw a lady who supplies that. She didn't do any other thing different. She buys them in bulk and makes them easy for people to snack around and brings them at a very lower rate.
I have a lot of them.
Now, it's easy for you to pick, and she's selling in large number. Now, what does she do? She has just brought somebody's business, repackaged it, and it has become her own business. Now, coming back home during this lockdown, the money-making thing we are talking about might not only be on the adults. It's also an opportunity for parents to look inwards to see the talents their children are made of, and also encourage them to develop themselves into becoming something they want to be. I always tell my children, try and find a way to make money, genuinely and legitimately. Because it is important that this period, if parents could look inwardly, they would discover the things that the children could do and offer them outside. If you're a teacher at home,
Correct.
you could start teaching your children, and from teaching your children, they record you like he said, and you put it up, and you see lessons have started.
Yes.
You've started doing lessons, and people are going to pay you. Now, there are also things that the kids can also do together that could attract other kids into your house, and you start making money from it. And it's not a time to lament, it's not a time to cry, it's not a time to begin to say everything, government give me, government give me. I know it's necessary that the government respond to the needs of the people. But also within us, we should look within ourselves on how to develop certain things within ourselves.
Correct.
We should look at how to turn the opportunity into making money opportunity. As this COVID-19 lockdown thing is going to be over, you see that a lot of people are going to come out with ideas. I'm sorry I'm saying this. I'm happy the oil price has come to zero. Now let's focus on what we can do. We have had lots of opportunities in agriculture that have not been harnessed. Now you have friends who are farmers, and you watch them farm every year, and you are saying, I don't have a job. Why don't you become a distributor to your farmer friend?
Farming mustn't always be doing the dirty one on the ground.
Why don't you become a distributor to your farming friend? And one of the key things that make this, because I just remember that why most people are still not employable or are still out of job, it's also habit and character. When you lack the adequacy in character,
Correct.
people might not trust you. So if you're watching us and you seem as if people are not trusting you, make yourself trustworthy.
Exactly.
Build up a habit that will make people trust you. So that when you knock on your neighbor's door, the person would say, I know him. He's a man of integrity, a woman of integrity. They could allow you access so that they can hear you. You don't come into someone's house and start molesting the children or start stealing or start becoming a threat to the person's life. You are blocking your way. Now, every opportunity you have to improve on yourself, sell trust to the next person.
Correct.
Because trust is worth money. Now, if someone gives you his product to sell and return his money. Even if you did not make enough as you would have made, let the person know, so that if you need to renegotiate on what should come to you, you renegotiate and know what should come to you. But don't go selling someone's product and you tell the person, out of pressure, you know the position we are, I had to use your money to buy. You had closed that channel.
Correct.
Because if you leave a channel open, when you sell for 1, you are leaving opportunity to sell for 10. If you're selling yam, somebody might give you leaf, somebody might give you goat, somebody might give you other things that will complement what you are selling. So from selling 1, the referrals would come based on your attitude,
Correct.
based on your integrity. So if you are going to be involved in this business, make yourself trustworthy. You don't go to someone's house looking dirty. If you want to offer services around people's houses, let people know who you are. Be neat, be clean, make yourself sellable.
Presentable.
Don't believe that you're coming to my house, you're smelling it.
No.
I also want to use this opportunity to face women. The supermarkets are open. The markets today are open and supply is fading out. If you have any product today that you can simplify so that people can buy cheaper, because people are not buying the big box anymore.
Nope.
For instance, the supermarket today has a lot of things that they can put in the supermarket. I told one of my students that kuli, just packaging kuli and putting it in sachet. If you go to UTC, before now you get the sachet to put the kuli. If you repackage it, you make 1 million naira a month selling it. Putting it in 6 supermarkets. Today, as I speak to you, there are supermarkets who actually take products today. They sell and they give you your money. Exactly. So if you're a woman who knows that he has a product somewhere, if you can package the product very well, when they give the leeway to move to those supermarkets, go there first thing in the morning and tell them, please put this in your shelf. As you sell, give me the money and take your commission. Because you are taking to that supermarket, the prices increase. And at the end of the day, you get a lot of money out of it. So what I'm trying to get people to understand today, that in times like this, don't make things too expensive.
Yes.
Make that bulk thing that people normally buy. Simplify them and make them into smaller units that more people can buy.
You know, you talk about women and you also mentioned about teaching. It got me, you know, I recall a particular lady. I was asking her again, what are you doing? You must be bored. She said bored, that she's busy. I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm a teacher. I'm still teaching. Yeah. I said, which school? She said she just found out that a lot of her school children keep calling, auntie this, auntie that. She said, okay, let me try teaching 1 or 2 of them online. And it worked with 1 or 2 persons. She teaches geography. At the end of the day, the parents were now paying her to teach the children online. She had to, you know, map out her timetable with different students, and she's teaching them. She's making money. The other one too told me that she's teaching people how to cook online.
Yes.
You know, it started with a girl who is about to get married, doesn't know how to cook this, cook that. So the girl said, okay, while we're on lockdown, can you help me? She said, you can't come to my house. Yes. My husband will not allow it. But I can teach you online. You buy me my data, buy me condiments. You know, of course, you have to transfer the money. And every other thing added, workmanship and all that. So she went online and taught this girl how to cook a lot of our Nigerian dishes.
Correct.
She'll earn twice though. She'll earn double. Yes. She'll earn salary for teaching, and after cooking, she'll still eat it.
You see now.
And the internet, let me go to the internet and the opportunities that we have in the internet, because the internet is so robust. Anything you want to learn today that you don't know, just go and search Google. I want to know how to cook banga soup. It will come up. I want to know how to use blog to make money. It will come up. I want to know how to use Facebook to make money. It will come up. This is a time to train yourself. And they have a lot of training materials on the social media today that anybody can access. You don't need to wait for somebody to teach you. The other thing that you look for is any human being that is on earth today should look for a mentor. A mentor of somebody you'll enjoy and see what he's doing that is right, and good, make that person of the desire what you want to do your mentor. Because when you go to the social media, you meet the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you look at a website and somebody's advertising something, search the name of that person on Google to find out the track record that the person has.
Exactly.
So you can actually know that the person is credible. In the internet today, we also have a lot of fake bloggers and fake entities there. If you want to search, don't allow anybody tell you to show you their BVN, that there's a distribution of money, government is going to give you 20,000. It's also in the social media. So be careful what you search. But what I tell a lot of my students is, look for somebody that is good in doing what you want to do. Make the person your mentor. There are a lot of mentors in the social media today that you can investigate. But don't take a mentor that you have not investigated. The internet has a solution to train you on so many ways of doing things. All you need to do is ask the question and it will pop up. When you finish reading it, if you don't understand it, there will be a phone number there that you can call to get a better clarification of how you can understand how it is. There are a lot of trainings going on today online.
That's for those who are learned.
Yes,
you know, there are some people who are not learned, like a boy that I know. You mentioned something that was akin to it. The young man told me that he's a graduate actually, but he doesn't have a job, nothing coming. But he was trying to start something, it wasn't working. But during this lockdown, that he has actually made Mars. He lives in Kubwa or Duse, somewhere around there. He told me he runs a company. He owns by himself. He gave himself title errand boy. Anything work, call him. He will come and do it.
He's a good guy.
And they are paying him.
He's a good guy.
Call him. I don't want to call his name. Come and go and buy me tomatoes. He will tell you, he'll ask you where, and calculate his time and tell you, until the tomatoes is this amount, but my leg and transport will cost this. You pay. He will go and get it for you.
Employ 5 people that have talents. A mechanic, a plumber, all the names of people that you can think that have talents. Collect their phone numbers. Put on your social media in the internet today that I provide these services, call me. Over 100 people will call you. And as they call you, just tell the person that has that skill that anybody I introduce you to, whatever you get, you give me 20%.
Sign an agreement.
You will have employed 5 people to be working for you. So what I'm telling the public today is that you don't need to have money to start most businesses. You don't need to do, in fact, staying at home today, you can make money because if you know somebody that has goods to sell, become the salesperson of that person. If you have somebody that has a talent, become the intermediator of that person to showcase that person. Just put it on the social media. Don't do selfie and be doing things that don't bring money. The internet today, your phone today, you can use your phone to make money from home. So this period, the other thing that holds a lot of people back is fear. They fear that, they won't have money to eat their next meal. They fear that they don't have anybody that will help them. And because of that, they start looking for the short way to how they can make money. They want to go and steal. They want to go and do crooked things. If you don't apply your mind well, you apply your mind wrongly.
That's actually what we're intending to, or what we intend to achieve at the end of today. Because when you talked about the palliative talk and all that, my mind was really there, because a lot of people have actually come out. They write to you one-on-one, donate to my agency, donate to my NGO, donate to this, we want to feed 1,000 this. And I keep replying them. I said, it is not what you give to them to eat today. It's not sustainable. You should be able to create jobs for them, which was one of the reasons why my superiors insisted that we must discuss this. Create job for people at this point, not just give them something to eat. You give me a pack of Indomie with egg and all that, I eat it in the morning.
How many can
Before
you give?
2 o'clock,
How many
I'm
can you
again.
give? How many people can you give?
So are you going to be on the road to give me that always? So it's imperative that we create, jobs for people by leading them how to make this job. I still insist that there's a whole lot we can do, in our houses. Yes. There's a whole lot. We have neighborhoods. This is, if you're not ashamed of using your data by way of WhatsApp or your, direct SMS, you burn your phone area to send me a message to ask me for money. The funniest part of it is that some people actually create, is a template of message. Dear sir, my children are hungry. We've been here for blah, blah, blah. Can you?
That's all they need to make money.
So they send it to you, and it's like a bulk SMS thing. And I found out that I am not a sir, and I get the same message, dear sir. So you find out that it's something they've typed and sent to everybody. I
want to use this opportunity to appeal to the churches and religious groups. This is the time they should actually apply their monies that they have, that a lot of the masses have been contributing to them. They should bring these monies out to create training opportunities for their members to be enlightened on how they can make money. And they should also be ready to buy some things, palliative. They shouldn't leave government to be distributing things.
Most churches are,
not all of them are doing it. Not all of them are doing it. What I'm saying is that we should make more people do it.
See,
it's something that we can use to help our people.
Most churches are doing it, and because of the belief system of the church that is written in the Bible, what you are doing in your right hand, your left hand shouldn't know. Most of them are cool.
You are talking to Nigerians. You don't look at only the urban area where you have some few elitist churches and
most churches, even at the grassroots level, even at the grassroots level, most churches are doing it, and they're doing it very intensively.
Okay, in addition to that, they should create enlightenment and reorientating the minds of our people.
But that's what most of the churches also are doing now. This is when some of the teachings some of the church members are taken from their churches should be put into practice.
Yes.
But here is another thing. We've talked a lot about internet. We've talked a lot about using phone. There are people who don't have phone.
Yes.
There are people who don't even know what to do about internet. But they are still very hungry. Now, the easiest way is this. Instead of going to someone's house to say, Auntie, are they hungry? I no get food to eat. Or Uncle, are they hungry? I no get food to eat. You can easily go to someone's house within your neighborhood. Good morning, sir. I am so and so. Do you have clothes for me to wash? I can wash clothes for you in your house, and you pay me a little sum. I'll go and use it for my children. Since you are not going out, and I'm sure you're using clothes, you and your family, can I come wash your clothes? Can I clean your house? That's where the issue of integrity is also important. You understand? Now, if you make it known that you can come to a house, because children are home now, a lot of clothes are there, dishes to be washed, clothes to be washed. The compounds are growing grasses. So you can come and say, sir, I can come clean your house or clean your grasses at a little fee. We are hungry. The person would rather give you that job than when you come to beg money, the person will tell you, get out of my house. So instead of staying at home and saying, I don't have phone, I don't have food, you can go to your neighbor's house and say, okay, can I wash your clothes? Can I clean your compound? Are there things you have that you think I can do? There are people who are lazy that can't wash clothes. You'll be shocked that because of this COVID issue, they've not been able to go to their laundry man because they don't trust them. And they want to watch you in their house. Do it for them. And when you finish, you need to iron it for them, and they pay you. And once they have done that with you, this period, the first one, the second one, you've taken the job off that laundry man outside. So it becomes a routine for you. The man gets his clothes, he calls you, you wash for him, you iron, he refers you to his another friend. Before you know it, you've created a job for yourself.
Yes.
You don't need to wait for the people to dash you money. No. I had said earlier, carry your clipper if you're a barber.
Yes.
Move around.
Go from estate to estate.
Yes, people might be scared of who you are, if you're carrying COVID or not. There are measures people will need to test you to be sure you are that. If you're afraid that people may not allow you, when you get to an estate that has a gate, introduce yourself to the security people, ask them to take you to the executive of the estate, go to the chairman or the secretary, explain to them who you are, give references, talk to them about people they can talk to ask about your background. When they are comfortable, they will use their platform. Every estate has a platform. They will use their platform to advertise you. In case we have need for so and so, we have someone that is verified by the estate who can provide this service. You have started service, and you started giving it, and you're doing it free of charge. Now, don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Be bold to walk up to. If you can't, because there are some estates you cannot, no matter what you do, you are not allowed assets. When you get to the gate, dress well, introduce yourself to the people there, ask for the ESCO's number. Ask for one of the Ogas so that you can go to the place and tell the place, Oga, instead of me staying idle, this is what I do, and we have not been having food. Can I be introduced to the members of the estate? This is who I am. This is what I can do. These are my referrals. And they can call these people to find out who you are. And you said you have volunteered yourself for the test. And when you have been able to convince the chairman, he's advertising for you.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
All right, if you're just joining us, you've missed out a whole lot, but then you can always pick one or two at this point. It is Conversations, and I still have Chikuma and Francis seated here with me. COVID, lockdown, isolation, quarantine, a whole lot of things. But I want to pick on the economic angle. What lessons should we be able to pick out at the end of this period, economically speaking?
It's not going to be business as usual anymore. For instance, oil price has come down to 0, and the government spending is going to reduce significantly, and government is a major spender. The government allocation, the state allocation that federal government does continuously is going to reduce. Salaries might not be as regular as it used to be. A lot of people have lost their jobs already. A lot of people that are doing private business, who have their savings that they are actually eating now, might finish this whole program and not be able to start their business all over again. The important thing to note here is that you need to change your mindset completely. Don't come out of this thinking the way you were doing business before is the same way you do business now. There's a new enlightenment that shows that the internet is the biggest market today. If you are somebody that was mono before, that did not have a website, this is the time to put your business in the social media so you can actually know and get access to more people to sell to. This is the time to understand that you need to collaborate. Because in Nigeria today, those who are in politics, they don't know what to do. They don't have the ideas, but they have power. Those who have money don't know what to do with the money. They keep the money in the bank, keep the money idle, with interest rate come to them of 1%. And those who have ideas, they don't have power and they don't have money. In Nigeria today, all we need to solve all our problems is to have somebody that can coordinate them together and make it happen. The one that has money, show him how he can use his money and make his money work for him. The one that has power, give him the idea that will make things better for Nigeria. The man that has ideas, if you collaborate with someone that is a politician, you will govern well. The one that has money, if he takes someone that is intelligent, he will be able to use his money to produce more money. In Nigeria, we have everything we need to survive. The problem we have is that we don't trust ourselves. We bring our religion and unnecessary tribalism to make us segment ourselves and make it impossible for us to actually have collaborative efforts to make it happen. If we collaborate, there is nothing you want in this country that you don't have. We have the mineral resources, we have the human resources, and we have everything we need to make Nigeria succeed. You don't even need to sell too much to make money today. I'll tell some people again, in my class, any business you are doing, I can show you how to double the profitability and volumes using different initiatives. I can also show you, if you have any idea that you have, I will show you how you can use that idea to start a business that will make you make over ₦1 million a month. For example, you don't need more than 5 customers to succeed. Do you know today, as this COVID is on, all you need to do is join your church association. Every church is going online today, and they are putting their members in Facebook. Communities are putting themselves in a group, because that's how we communicate now. So today, you can put a text in your church group that I am a barber. Call me if you want barbing services. If you put your number there, they already know you as a church member. You have the number of customers that you need. If you belong to a community in an area like Mabushi, for instance, they have a community, and you put your name there in the community, by the time you put your advert in those 3 communities that you belong to, also go to professional environment, the professional body you belong to, join the group on Facebook, get Facebook group and join like 10 of them. By the time you put a product in the 10 groups, you have made money. Look for agents, only 5 agents. Agents are people who have market, who have shop. You don't have shop. Tell them you are going to be selling for them. Get a link, internet link, that will make them know that if anybody comes through you to buy something from them, they will give you a commission. You'll have established 5 companies that you are working for. In Nigeria today, people will work for 5 companies. They will sell for 5 companies that they don't know, they don't go to, and they will sit at home and they'll be making money. We are in a country that we are going to face tomorrow. There are people can sit at home and make in excess of ₦1 million a month. If you have doubt on understanding how to do it, look for me on the social media. Get my social handles and look for me. I will tell you how to do it.
Okay. So I also know that there is need for us to learn, saving culture, because Chukuma, you and I were discussing this, which happened, came suddenly and we didn't know what to do. What do we do about this?
Now, I've always mentioned that savings is a habit. If you can't save when you earn 10 naira, you can't save when you earn 10 million. True. You have to have that culture in you to save. You don't save because you have so much. You save because you have the habit. And many a times, I've always told my colleagues that as soon as you have your money, prioritize what you use your money to. In that way, you'll be able to save. Now, this is a time you will think outside the box. Find a time to know those things that are not necessary in your life and convert those things to money. Now, if you are spending on frivolities, cut them off. Begin to find a way to channel those as savings for the rainy day. Another thing I want to say is this is a very big one for the people, especially the people of Lagos State and other environments. If you've seen the lockdown, organizations are working now. You see that the lockdown has opened up that not everyone needs to be on the road at the same time. The government should think of how to enforce this or how to make it happen so that the crowd on the roads will be reduced, so that the cluster that people will see all the time where people are struggling to move on a hold up, wasting a lot of man hours on the hold up, will be utilized to something that will be useful. Organizations should now know that this is not the best time to have people come from home. Now, if people, because like he has said, there may be review on salaries downwards. Now, if you're going to cut someone's salary, you're going to let this person know that you can function from home. So all that expenses of trying to come around, we can find a way to make it easy for you so that you can function from wherever you are to reduce this burden of salary cuts. So people should focus on how to use this time to re-engineer themselves as organizations, one, as individuals also. You re-engineer the economy you have. If your children are in hybrid schools and you've seen that things are not going to be the way it is, it's time to change them. Nobody says that your student must be in A schools to be able to come out a student.
Correct.
You have to find time to place them, cut your clothes according to your material. According to your material. Because if you don't do that, loans are going to sustain you for a while. Before you know it, nobody will be giving you, because if you can't pay back, nobody will give you again.
Definitely.
So review how your lifestyle is. Appraisal on a lifestyle. Lifestyle appraisal is important. Check where you hang out. Check the class of people you keep. And I live by this. I saw one post and it says, if you hang around billionaires, 4 billionaires, for too long, you'll be the 5th billionaire.
Correct.
If you hang around poor people,
You'll be the next poor person.
you become the next
Change
poor
your
person.
circle of
Okay,
friends.
my
Change your circle
director
of
is
friends.
actually giving me a cue for us to, pack up and go. Time is no longer our friend. I must say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Every day I sit here, I learn from all of you, and today has been one of them. Cut your coat according to your size. Lifestyle changes now, because after this, we're never going to come out the same. But then there is no excuse for crime. Whatever it takes, you must ensure that you be good citizens. Very importantly, I'm going to share a bit of what I have here with my friends. And do the needy. Put your hand sanitizer, wash whenever you can. And Mr. Chukuma, that's for you too. Go ahead. Thank you. And on that note, I say bye-bye to everybody. Please, whatever you do, stay healthy. Keep your hygiene at top level. Bye for now.